August 18, 2020, Tuesday. Good morning from Europe, good afternoon, good evening, guys, whatever you are. Piotr here is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make the crypto market update today. Before we start, risk warning as usual, guys, please bear in mind trading on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for alinvestors. You can sustain a loss of some or initial investment, so please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Alright, that's the weekly chart of the Bitcoin. That's where we are going to start. And of course, the crucial was the upside break above 10,500. That's what we are discussing for quite some time. So this type of the upside break over here, without the retest as of now, right, is a huge and monster development when it comes to the bulls. If you remember, when we were still below 10,500, right? We were discussing that maybe some kind of the pullback towards 7,200, 6,800 could take the place to create some kind of the inverted head and shoulders, right? Nothing like that materialized here, unfortunately, for the sellers, as well for the people without the position. Strong move to the upside. So what now? Basically, when it comes to this weekly chart, it's don't get me wrong, right? I wouldn't say it's a piece of cake, but it should be easy to trade the latest weakness, and if we are going to make the measure to the upside after the break, we are going to get the target, and that's what we previously did, right? We might decide not to take all the upper and lower shadows into the consideration. Let's make it as a conservative, and as you can see, 16,000, 16,500, something we already discussed some time ago, right? So this is the latest weakness, all right? Because from here we went lower towards 3,500, 4,000, right? Now we broke through that level, all right? And as you can see, we haven't seen any kind of the retest. So 10,500, 9,500, the wide, based on the weekly chart, wide 1,000 range. That's the level where I do expect huge monster demand right now. Okay, so simply retest of that level, that could be buying opportunity. Well, if you remember, I also mentioned that once we are going to move above 10,500, that's gonna be the problem for the sellers, right? Also, I've been trying to explain the last line of the defense, 10,200, 10,500. So basically, to be honest with you, right now, without any kind of the negative information, any kind of the negative news, really slowly we might see higher levels. Hopefully, for those who want to join the party, we are going to see a little bit of the pullback. So let's switch lower. Let's switch to the daily chart when it comes to the Bitcoin. Let's have a look what we can have, and if really we can see the pullback we discussed a second ago. And basically on the daily chart, we already seen this type of the pullback. If you remember, there was on the Ether also, it was moved back down to 340, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to see in a second. So in that case, on the daily chart, some people can argue that this retest already took place, right? Well, we will see, because when it comes to the daily chart, there is a little bit more bumps ahead of the buyers, right? And the first one is somewhere around 13,000, okay? So because of this possible swing high to the left side over here, so finishing the business could be the name of the game, but I would rather treat it as a level from where we can see a little bit of the pullback, so preparation for the adding into long, instead of preparation to try to sell it, right? So rather I would use that level. Okay, those guys could stop for a while. We might see some kind of the pullback from here, and then eventually we might go further to the upside. The next one is close to 14,200, and the final one is where our target is around 16,500. So that's how I see the Bitcoin. Let's switch a little bit lower to 4-hour chart here, and basically taking into the consideration the latest development. If we agree that that was some kind of the consolidation and we are trying to move higher, I think that 11,900, 11,650, that's the demand right now. So from the intraday perspective, this type of the pullback here and continuation higher towards 12,500, that could be the name of the game short term when it comes to the Bitcoin. All right, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the Ether. I'm sorry guys, I'm still not that well. And let's start with the weekly chart. Here we have huge developments as well. So finally, if you remember, we got back above 255, then 280, above 300. So easily all the supply levels been taken out, especially the 315. For now, we are fighting around the latest supply, and I'm talking about this particular week, right? This particular range, okay? So looks like in between 440, 520. That might be same as we discussed on Bitcoin, last line of the defense. Because if we are going to take into the consideration huge range, right? Huge range, that was the 50% of that range. We broke through that. We are retesting now a little bit of the pullback, 320. That could be the name of the game, same as 10,500 pullback on eventually on the Bitcoin, and higher levels to go. Where 600 might be another one. So let's switch lower. Let's switch to the daily chart when it comes to the Ether. And there you go, right? That's the huge and very quick, to be honest with you, profit taking, right? After we took out 320, we retest 400, and then immediately within few minutes we've seen a huge sell-off as a profit taking. Now, what we have and how can we eventually try to play the Ether? Well, the first thing is that for now we have Riley. We are trying to create the base, and we took out the high of that base. So right now, eventually the pullback towards 360 could be treated as a buying opportunity with the 520 as a target, right? But more conservative guys are going to look for some kind of aggressive profit taking. Maybe we are going to see that again, because I think that 320 wasn't tested unless this huge sell-off we are going to treat as this test. And you know guys, the same we have on a daily on the Bitcoin. It's not visible on a weekly, but here is clearly visible and might be treated as a quick retest and continuation higher. So some conservative guys may not see that level anymore. So as I mentioned, Riley base, right, and 370, 360, that could be the name of the game as the first buying zone. The second 320, but that one I'm not sure if we are going to see anytime soon, unless you know the sentiment is going to worsen when it comes to the overall market view. And that's the short-term view, and it looks, first time for quite a long time, looks a little bit different. Looks like there is a supply going on around 440 when it comes to the Ether. There is some kind of the short-term supply trying to take over. So from here we might see lower levels, a little bit different than what we see on the Bitcoin. So it could be, but that's your homework, guys, it could be that simply we are going to have some profit taking when it comes to the Ethereum versus Bitcoin cross, right? That's your homework. Check the chart. When it comes to the crypto, when it comes to the Bitcoin and Ether, that's it for now, guys. Don't be trapped. I'm around. I'm going to get back to you around US Cash Open to make the update about the indices and FX. Stay tuned and see you around. Thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.